Hello viewers, the following video is on software engineering concept. But before starting explanation on this, I'll inform you that you can contact me for online tuition classes from class 1st to 10th, any subject and for any of the computer programming language. My email ID for contact is in the description of this video and in my channel about section as well. Software engineering. The term software implies all those set of instructions which help the hardware to function so that better version of computer systems are ready to be operational. The term engineering refers to those concepts and methods that when followed deliver a robust product in return. Hence, combinational approach of software plus engineering accelerate the engineering methods and principles to be used for the development of large complex softwares as well. The 5 main phases of software development life cycle. Firstly, the actual needs of customer is understood by discussing the project roles and requirements through requirements gathering. Once all requirements are collected, the design approach is followed. After this, all the design modules are implemented to make a complete product. Further, the product undergoes several testing procedures to make up a ready-to-use product whose maintenance is done after some time intervals. Popular software development models: Waterfall model, V model, Prototype model, Iterative enhancement model, Spiral model. Let's understand each one of them. Waterfall model, suitable for small size projects as it follows traditional approach for software development. Not very reliable due to its linear way of working, in which output of each phase works as an input for another, also called as linear sequential model. Working strategy is divided into 5 phases: requirements gathering, designing, implementation, testing, maintenance. All these phases are individually treated and no backtracking is allowed in between. Means once one phase works over, then downwardly moves towards next adjacent phase to prevent overlapping as well. Easy to use model and not suitable for complex projects. V model, variation of waterfall model, which is V in shape, that is bent at the implementation phase, but the sequential working is the same as in waterfall model. Prototype model, similar to its name, first a rough kind of, or we can say not original product is delivered to the customer to check whether the development team is moving on the correct path as per user's expectations. Because if user finds something irrelevant, then the changes are recorded in the prototype model, which is useful for further actual product development. Useful because in the end, user's satisfaction matters, which is possible only when the product meets every requirement, and this happens when from beginning onwards development of framework is clear. Also called as evolutionary model. At every phase of development, users' feedback is collected, which makes the project over budgeted and also takes a lots of time for its creation. Iterative enhancement model. Through this model, the project is broken down into several modules. These modules are iteratively developed with separate individuals of software teams for introducing an improvisation into the final product. At every step of development, the module is tested also, so that unit testing is done, and when all modules are functionally developed, then integration testing is carried out to check the faulty holes of development so that the product must be fully enhanced and ready to have a value in software market. Time and budget both matter a lot in this development model. Spiral model, the most effective model among all others, used for development of large and complex softwares where large budgeting and timing is required. A combined version of waterfall and prototype model. Its steps of instruction start with a circular loop that when initiate from inside and further expands towards outside like a coil, begins the procedure of SDLC practices, and around this coil there are 4 quadrants which goes along with the loop. These four quadrants include determination of objective, risk analysis, product development, and review. Software testing, black box testing, also called as behavioral testing. System is not internally tested in this type of testing, only outer requirements and functionalities are considered. White box testing, also called as glass box testing and structural testing. Internal functionality and logic of system is fully tested. Unit testing, kind of testing in which every individual component of the system is tested with deep understanding. Integration testing, once the unit testing is done, another level of testing begins, which tests the combined modules of system. System testing, advanced step after integration testing. This testing checks the entire system, which includes individual components and their integrated operational set. Acceptance testing, also known as beta testing, done at customer level so as to verify that it for sure covering all the end user's requirements or not. Use case diagram. A diagrammatic representation of business-related tasks is known as use case diagram. Clearly elaborates the working way of system. Here, system refers to railway system, library management system, and various other public and private sector major reforms. Made of four elements: actor, use case, communication line, system boundary. Actor is the user who interacts or uses the system. Multiple actors are there in use case diagram and represented with a stick. Use case is the unit of work performed in between actors and represented with the oval. Straight communication lines provide connection between use cases and actors. System boundary encapsulates all use cases inside it except actors which are not the part of system boundary and remains outside it. The following is the example of use case diagram. Here you can see the actors, the communication line, the system boundary, and the use cases. Thanks for watching, and for more videos, subscribe my channel. Viewers, if you want to join my computer tuition classes, kindly contact me on my mail ID provided in my channel About section.